Hello everyone, Kalive here, and welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended. In the previous episode, we got our flyers, and we also did a little scouting. So we got our base location over there, and we also found a Megatherium that was a high level, and it's really hard to pass up a high level Megatherium. So what I figured we would do, since it's pretty close to the coastline, I think I can get over there safe enough to where I'm not going to be concerned with lead sickness. So we probably want to get around this coastline here. This is going to be a hard spot, especially if there's like flyers there. But we can't go in this area. This is an ice field, and the problem with this area is that it's very deep ocean, and the ice field blocks the shallow areas. And this is also like lead sickness territory. What we want to do is we want to get to this spot right here, and it is nighttime now, unfortunately. And it's going to be really cold up there, so I want to put the boat as close as possible to that point, and it's not too far off from our base to like our base location. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move the boat over there, and we shouldn't run into anything dangerous. This coastline's pretty safe. But what we're going to do is we're going to go up the coastline, and we're going to go to, this is a very shallow area right here, and it's like a straight shot from a bird straight up north. So I might just go park in this little coastline here. And actually, it's a pretty nice area to park at. So when we get there, I'll show it off. Hopefully, yeah, it won't take too long. So I'll be back when we're there, unless we come across something fun on the way there. All right, I made it here, and this is the cove that we're talking about. And so we're pretty far out, but we're still in shallow water. Like, you can still see the bottom here. Definitely a safe spot to park your boat at overnight. But even then, there's like not much. I don't want that man to come get me. There's not a whole lot of dangerous things for a boat out here. And so what we could do, we're not too far away from that spot. Let's see, let's look at that spot here. It is pretty dark now, and it is going to be cold up there. So I made some hide, so we have some hide on. Also made the gates, and I made the 5 reinforced gates. These are the small ones. These are the cheaper ones, not the big behemoth gates. And yeah, it's not very far. 924. My concern right now is the coldness. So we couldn't get a little closer, but the problem is going to be possibility of getting attacked by RGs, which would not be very good, especially in the water. All right, I'm back. Just realized I took off, and then I saw that I didn't have a crossbow and arrows, so I had to come back. And now we're gonna head back over there, and we got 5 gates, so this should be enough, I think, to get it. I have 100 arrows. I'm hoping that's enough. We got our flyer here, so this should be what we need. So this thing will eat prime meat, which is nice. We can go probably kill something smaller and then get some prime meat from it. Hopefully we can find a baby something, or at the very least we can probably get one of those little hyenodons. Those things typically have prime meat on them. Now, when we were over here last, there was a Uteranus running around. Our Uteranus won't aggro that, but it will aggro us, so be very careful with that. We are in the cold area now, so you can see we have this cold debuff on us. So look at our buffs, and it says food decreases much faster, and we also start taking damage. So we're going to be taking damage while we're over here until it becomes daytime, and hopefully daytime will cause it to get better. Okay, so we have a Udi over here, 45, and we have let's see, level 25. Are you fighting this thing? Oh no, they're fighting Kello. Okay, another Udi. Look at this colorful RG. I gotta actually be out of range of that roar. That roar will actually cause me to go to fear, and I can fall off. Look at this guy. Where's that at? Where's that? Wait. Where did that, I just saw the colorful RG. I don't know where it went. Did it die? Alright, we're back. It's daytime. It's not terrible. If you look at our health, it's going down a tiny bit. So we should be able to survive this long enough to get it knocked out at least. A lot of things spawn in here. We have some RGs that spawned in, 20, 30. We also have these UDs over here, just moving around. So what we need to do is we need to get this thing in a safe spot and tamed up. So let's see if we can get it over here somewhere. Need like a more flat area, like up here is probably good. Can't spend too much time on this. Hopefully nothing falls down off this cliff. Okay, so now I have this like sort of pattern, like pentagon pattern. Do this, and then once it comes through, we can close this gate on it. Put this gate on our hot bar here. A little more food. Alright, that's the one, right? This is it? That's the 90. Where's the other one at? Okay, we don't want the 90, we want the other one. I think they might... Oh man, they might actually both come. It's down there. Huh. Alright, I think what we might do is... Hopefully we shoot it from this far away, it doesn't aggro that one. Let's get out of here. Ooh, that was close. Alright, it's trapped now. This one's gonna chase us. We have to like de-aggro. We need to shoot it, and we can't shoot it with this loading around. Is it de-aggroed? I can't tell if it's de-aggroed. Well, we have that one trapped, and we should be fine. I think it's not gonna go anywhere. So we can go and get warmed up, and then we'll come back. It's like the middle of the day and it's still cold over here, which is, I think it might be a freeze coming through. Alright, so let's head out, back to the boat, and then we'll get heated up, and then we'll go back out there again. Which is, it's just unfortunate that we have no way to keep ourselves warmer. We can build a campfire out there, actually, it might be good. Alright, so I think we got healed up quite a bit. It's unfortunately very, very cold right now. Like, this should not be 2 degrees in this spot right here. So it's deathly cold over there. So that is an unfortunate weather event that's happening right now, which is not that big of a deal. We can probably get a campfire down, and hopefully that'll keep us warm enough. If not, we'll have to just hike it back and forth and try to get enough tranks into it. We have a trap now, so that's part of the deal. What I want to do now is actually make a make a magnifying glass. Magnifying. Need to learn it. And this is it. It does require obsidian, so I guess we can't make that yet. There's obsidian over there, but I think it requires us making this. Does it require... Oh, we can make it anywhere, really. Yeah, I can go grab some metal, fiber, crystal. I don't think I have enough crystal. Alright, let's go get this. This is the obsidian. Alright, so you don't need a ton of that. And then we just need crystal. There's crystal over there. So we'll go get that in a second. Actually, we'll get it now because I don't want to accidentally kill this thing. A little bit on this island right here. So this is a good spot for crystal for this side of the map. So the nice thing about the magnifying glass is we can see certain stats on it. Things spawning over there. Alright, don't need a ton of crystal either. Alright, so we should be able to drop this stone, craft this. There we go. Alright. Much better. I think we're fine now, finally. Let's put on the right arrows. We just need to get a good solid time to just get this thing down. I'll put this here and some wood in here. I have a ton of wood. I think I used a lot of that crafting. Alright. Once we get attacked by this Yudi, I think we'll be fine. This is going to take a little bit of time. This thing has a ton of torpor. It's starting to run, which means we can actually go up to it. Okay, there we go. So we can see how much torpor it has. It does lose torpor fast. So now we're not really concerned about it attacking us at this point. When it starts running, it goes into like a torpor run when the torpor gets high enough. So that's a normal thing for all dinosaurs. They want to escape you if they get too high in the torpor. If you have them trapped, then you don't have to worry about that at all. Oh, it's gonna go down. So the purple line's pretty high. It's still ticking up. You can see it ticking up, and it's about 200 away. Oh, it went down. Okay, nice. Yeah, it got to the point where it's over. So there we go. All right, so it's down. That's nice. We almost ran out of our durability. Okay, so what we have to do now is, how did I get these? Rare flowers. Is that from these trees? Anyways, so we need to go and get some meat for this thing. And it's going to require us to get prime meat. I think the timer is 17 minutes. I have plenty of time to go scout things out. It should be safe here. Nothing's going to attack it. And it's in like an encaged area. So even though its head sticking out here of the box, the hitbox of this thing is behind it. If something's swinging, unless it can swing really widely, it's not going to hit it. Nothing will just come up and attack it either, just because of where it is. And it is a Megatherium. They don't really have that many natural enemies. So we need to definitely keep track of its torpor. We want to track it. Torpor does go down fast, but it has so much torpor that we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's our Megatherium. If we get this thing fully tamed, we can check its stats when we're done. I remember seeing there was some babies over here somewhere. I think it was like baby parasaurs, I believe. They were like over here in this area. They might have died though, because things keep spawning over here. Yeah, I'll go find those parasaurs, and then we'll have to wait a little bit of time, and we should be able to get it tamed up with prime meat. So yeah, I'll be back when I'm ready to tame it up. Alright, we're back. We still have some time left on this, but something occurred to me. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this thing back. So we have about 6 minutes on this meat, and it's about 2 minutes after I knock it out. So when this meat turns to about 2 minutes spoil time, that should be about the time that this thing tames up. But we have no way to get this thing back, and I completely forgot about that. So we have to go make some cryopods, and this is going to be fun because we have to go into the very, very cold area. So if we look at the cryopods, these are the normal cryopods, and this is the cryo fridge. So what I explained before about the cryopods and the cryo fridge is just servers on PvP. So if I use these cryopods, which we can, it's going to cause me to have cryo sickness. So these are the upgraded ones. They cost the same, 15 fiber, same exact things really. Actually, this costs more polymer than this. So they're slightly better, but the benefit of these is that you get the ability to use them and not have cryo sickness. And of course, these are 51. These also cost 20 to craft. So these are slightly more annoying to get, but to avoid cryo sickness, these are probably just better to go with these. I could just go ahead and make these as well and use these for a little while, at least in this scenario. I'm gonna go ahead and make these. We need these ingredients, so I need to go back and get some metal. This area right here on the map, like this little cove, there's like a lot of these little river rock. So if you need some metal, this is a good place to go. Also metal over there. So what we're gonna do is two things. I have to go feed this thing and get it to hopefully wake up soon. Then go get some crystal from over here and some metal, and just get enough to make like 2 or 3 cryopods. So the thing about cryopods is you can't make them until you get a tech fabricator, or the tech crafter. I forget what that's called. But you can't get that until you beat a boss. Just get all this prime. In order to make them without the tech fabricator or tech crafter, we have to go to either an obelisk, or we can go to one of the drops that are coming down. We can craft them there. So we have to go farm the resources up and grab that. Oh, it tamed. Nice. So let's see the stats real quick. Let's keep this thing. It should be safe in this little box. So it's going to be, because it's a dino that's mine, it's going to be more prone to being aggroed on. But I think it should be fine. This thing has not so good health. It's got pretty good melee though. That melee is pretty solid. Almost 400% melee. Yeah, the health is kind of weak, which is unfortunate. Stamina is pretty decent. We don't need stamina though. We don't need stamina or weight in this thing. But yeah, that melee is not bad. 100, almost 400%. The red drop coming down over there. Nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get some crystal. I think I showed you where the crystal was. It's over here on this little spot here. Hopefully nothing spawned over here that can kill me. Then we get the metal, then we have to go get all the ingredients. We have the hide, we have fiber. Really the polymer is the other big thing. And since it's so cold today, like it's bitterly cold, we'll get the polymer really quick. I think we can get in and out pretty fast with the polymer. And once we get everything, we can just find a drop that's like in a warmer climate, like that blue drop coming down. I don't think that one's on the water. It may be on the water, but we'll find one that's pretty close by. So over here on this little iceberg is going to be a bunch of penguins. And this is where the polymer, the organic polymer, comes in. So if you don't make organic polymer, you have to actually make a fabricator. And then you have to make the other polymer, like the full polymer. So on these little peninsulas, you can find a lot of penguins. They might be all dead. There's spawning. There's wolves that spawn out here now. You can also find the obsidian out here. Over here, any penguins? Oh, there they are, right there. I don't have anything that really gets the penguins. Yeah, you can get obsidian here. You can get all kinds of stuff. Obsidian oil spawns out here, like these big rocks up there. These are like oil rocks. Maybe not those right there, but this one possibly. The bigger rocks are usually the oil rocks. So you can always come out here and tame these things. You can knock them out and stuff and tame them, or you can just kill them. They respawn, and you see, like they give us polymer. You get more from the smaller ones than you do the bigger ones, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a good way to get polymer. So we should have enough now. Like, yeah, we got 40 polymer. I think it's like 8 per. So I'm gonna get like one more. And then, yeah, I don't want to get too much though, because it's gonna weigh me down. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, so if we look at the recipe again. For this thing, we can make it in our inventory too. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually go to the thing and craft it, because that's the way you have to craft the original cryopods as well. So hide, oil, fiber, metal. We have to get some oil. I think these are oil rocks right here. Well, this one spot in the north, you can get just about every resource that you need. This should be oil. We can't get a lot of oil. Yeah, this is oil. Drop some of the stone. Alright, and we have everything else we need, right? Oh, yeah, see? You get, like, stuff like this spawning on here. They eat all the penguins, which kind of stinks. They're over here eating penguins now. Yeah. That's unfortunate, but that is the case sometimes. So we can tame penguins. We can breed them for polymer as well. That's what you'd probably do if you don't have direct access to this area, like if it's not close by. I'm gonna check this red drop while we're over here. Should be safe-ish. Alright, here's the drop. Oh my gosh, there's so many things over here. We're all fighting. Hopefully they don't attack me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Let's just grab everything. Okay, can I fly? I cannot fly. Alright, so we got a Ascendant Giga Settle. Moses Settle. Get rid of that. Okay, can I like fly now? I have to get rid of some more stuff. No. Alright, get rid of that. Oh. Ascendant Giga Saddle and the Moses Saddle, Platform Saddle. So unfortunately the Moses Platform Saddle had to go. Definitely keeping the Ascendant Giga Saddle. That's incredibly rare. Very, very, very rare. Alright, we need hide, we need fiber. Make sure we have everything for this. Hide, fiber, metal, and polymer. Polymer's on the bird. Metal. Let's probably get enough for 5. I think I'm gonna make 5. Alright, so let's go find a drop. If we can probably get to this blue one maybe. That's the wrong bird. Right bird. Am I still overweight? Do this. Wait, am I overweight? Nope. Alright, let's go and see how much time we have left in this thing. This thing has like under 30. That's very sketchy to try it. If we need to, we can always run down to the red obelisk. I'd prefer not to, but it's possible. How much time do we have? Can I even craft these in here? Maybe I can craft these in here. We have 20. Yeah. It's not going to be good enough. Can we craft these? We can't even craft these in here. Okay. Well, yeah. So what you would normally do is you normally put some stuff in there that you don't need. If you have more time, you'd do that. Well, I'll head to the red obelisk, and then I'll show you how you would do this. Alright, made it to the red obelisk. This is probably the best place to do this. Just because it's the safest, I think. Let's get off this guy. Get him quit following me. Yeah, so we do have all the resources that we need. I went ahead and learned the cryopod just so you see how that works. So here's a cryopod. You put everything in here that you would need. So if this was a drop, I would make sure that you have at least, I would say like 30 health left on it. That should give you enough time to do this. I got this from a drop actually. I actually don't even need that. I got a blueprint too. So yeah, this is what you would get, and then you can just craft them from here, and just like a normal crafting. But it has to be at a drop, or it has to be at an obelisk. So either one of those. And these cost more. You can craft them in your inventory. And yeah, so we'll show you how this works. We got enough for 5. I think that's all the metal I brought was enough for 5. I found some other crystal in one of the drops as well, a green drop. So that was fortunate. You have to go get some more metal. But yeah, so you'd craft it here. You can craft the cryo fridge here as well. So that's the 2 things you would craft at these. Alright, so here we are at the Megatherium. Still alive, the icon's still there. Make sure we're not surrounded by anything terrible. There's another Megatherium there. I'd like to get the other one. It'd be great to get the other one. So what we want to do is grab him. So if you have a cryopod, you can just throw him in here. You just go up to it and you just left click or whatever the use button is for consoles. This is the stuff that he had in him. So if you had like a bunch of kibble and stuff, you definitely want to pick that up. And then typically you would pick up your structures, especially if you're on a server. It's always nice to pick up structures, especially if you're on a PvE server. Leaving your structures there is really bad. Like, people get really upset about that. So always pick up your structures, even campfires. And there we go. So now we have our cryopods, and so these things are stored. You know what? These actually show you the stats of these things, so that's actually pretty nice. So we actually can see the stats. That's another benefit of having this particular version of them, is we can see the stats of the dinosaurs. The hidden stats. So let's go back to the base. I'm gonna grab a little more crystal. Head back to the base, and then we'll talk about the stats. Alright, so we're back at the boat, and I feel like, you know, you just get these side tangents sometimes. We started off looking for an RG to find a Doedicurus to help us farm up stuff for our base, and we come away with a 217 Megatherium. So with this particular mod, you can see the stats. These are the stats that would be available in the app. Like if you had the app and you exported dinosaurs to the app, they would show you these numbers. So if you look next to the stats, so we have the health stat where it says 6364, and then there's parentheses and it says 38. So that means it has 38 stat in health. The points in that are what determine, you know, like how good a dinosaur is essentially. And all those points in there, so each one of those has parentheses next to the main stats, like the health, stam, weight, damage, oxygen, and then food. All those will equal up to the total level of the dinosaur. And so within the parentheses, look at the melee stat. It's 396%. That is a 46. So a 46 is pretty good. And then you have like the 0, 0. So the 0, one of those zeros is for the points you put in after you level. So when you level up, you can put a point into one of the stats. And the other 0 is for mutations. But whenever you mutate, it also increases that stat. And so we'll get into this more in depth when we get into the breeding section, which we will hopefully find another Megatherium, then we can get into that. But we do need a base for that though. So priorities first, get a base, then we can look at the breeding and mutations. But really what we get out of this is that this is actually a pretty good melee stat. We're starting off with a Megatherium. 46 is great. Like that's actually a great stat. I would say like 30 mid to upper 30s is pretty good. That's pretty decent actually. So mid to upper 30s is decent. But 40s, you start getting into the good realm, and then 50 plus is great. Like that's just excellent. So I'm not sure if you can get above 50 naturally in the wild. They did change the way stats work in this version compared to the old version. So they removed some of the useless stats like speed and torpor. Those were stats as well. They removed that. So you're not able to get points into those anymore. So now you're just focused completely on the main 6 stats. We need to get really good melee and really good health. And we got really good melee, so this is a really good one to start off with. So yeah, so that's pretty much the stats, and that's the cryopods. So now we can actually cryopod the dinosaurs that we're not using. We call that an episode. We did do quite a bit actually in this episode. We went out looking for something to help us build our base, and we wound up coming up with a Megatherium that was really good. It's going to be a huge bonus. One of the bosses requires us to breed Megatheriums to fight it. So that's the Arachnid boss, the Broodmother. I'll talk more about the fights for the Broodmother when we start doing that, and how to level those things up, because there is a particular way you can level them up that makes leveling so much easier for you and for the dinosaurs. And then once we have a Megatherium, we're actually pretty good on 2 things. We're pretty good on getting the chitin, and we're also going to be pretty good on getting the cementing paste that we're going to need for our late game stuff. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that more once we get into that stage. And we also did get a pretty good red drop that had a Giga Saddle in it, Ascended Giga Saddle in it. So once we get a Giga, we will be set. We won't have any problems destroying stuff with that Giga. We can even fight other Gigas and be fine. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate all the support for the channel. The channel's growing quite a bit actually in the last few months, which is very exciting. I appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.